Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's talk with the precious. So today I will be talking to you all about Blac Chyna on the Wendy Williams show. So to all of you who follow Blac Chyna throughout the years, she's taken us from her highs, lows, in between, scams, shabams, and now she seems to be doing better in a new light, on a better foot. But even though this interview with Wendy Williams was more honest and more fluid and more straight to the point, I still feel there are some things that Blac Chyna is not saying and Blac Chyna is not telling. And I do still see the motives behind the things that she's doing as of now. So we all know Blac Chyna is a force to reckon with because she did become really famous back in the day due to her being a stripper at the now closed King of Diamonds strip club in Miami, Florida. We all know she's from DC. We all know she got her name Blac Chyna because it was a man in the club named China Man, and then her name was at first China White, then Blac Chyna. No, her name was not China White, it was Cream. First her name was Cream, and then her name was Blac Chyna. The name just stuck. So Blac Chyna, she pretty much stripped, did soft porn and whatever, but then when Drake name dropped her in a song, that's when people started, looking for Blac Chyna, wondering who this girl was that everybody was talking about that Drake was rapping about, and that's how she gained her fame. And as time went on, she was discovered by Tyga in a strip club. They started dating, and he put her in his Rack City video. Then she started doing urban modeling as well as stripping, and her fame just seemed to grow substantially throughout the years. What really catapulted Blac Chyna from her being in the hip hop urban era to the mainstream era is when she befriended the Kardashians. Now, Blac Chyna, when she was with Tyga, she was good friends with Kim Kardashian. They used to exercise together, take pole dancing classes together, talk. There's even an old episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians when Blac Chyna was still in her Blac Chyna days, when she had the over exaggerated plastic surgery, the dimple piercings, and the blonde long wig she used to wear. And so that's how a lot of people got to know who she was from Tyga and from being friends with the Kardashians. Now, what really not even set the record straight, but what really kind of took the cake was when her and Tyga were together, they kind of fizzled out, and Tyga started dating Kylie. And then, Blac Chyna revealed on the Wendy Williams show that she got kicked out of the mansion that her and Tyga lived in. And Chyna found out along with the world when Tyga threw Kylie Jenner her 17th birthday party, and that's how that all got started. Now, I'm going to be honest. Now, Blac Chyna made it seem like she was really coy and poised and very professional, and this new age, this new woman on a mission to a better life. There's some stuff in there I'm just not believing, and I do know that Blac Chyna's not being completely honest because of legal reasons. We all know 3 years ago, Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian, they took the world in for a spool pen with their relationship and their pregnancy and their engagement and this beef that happened between Blac Chyna and the Kardashians. We know that Kylie pretty much stole Tyga from Blac Chyna. I mean, let's just admit it. Blac Chyna may have not wanted to say it, but that's exactly what happened. Because Chyna was friends with the Kardashians, Tyga, I'm sure he was in the mix too. And we all know that the Kardashians are known for stealing other people's men. So I believe what happened was that Chyna and Tyga, they may have been having some woes or whatever in their relationship. And I believe that Tyga really didn't have that much respect for Blac Chyna, because I do remember reading in an old interview of Chyna when she was pregnant with Dream, she said that she really wanted to do it up with Dream's pregnancy, because when she was pregnant with King, Tyga didn't even want her telling people she was pregnant. So if Tyga didn't want her telling people that she was pregnant, who knows what else was going on in that relationship. So yeah, I do feel like Chyna was treated like the pretty stripper girlfriend that was with this rapper. She had his baby, they were together, whatever. And I believe Tyga saw the Jenners and the Kardashians as an escape from the urban world to the mainstream world where he would get more fame, more popularity, more money. I hate to diss Tiger, but it really didn't do him no good because he was still getting cars repoed, still couldn't stay in no house long enough, and he still couldn't keep any money up. That didn't make any sense to me how you gonna be a rapper, a struggling rapper at that, and you finally get with the highest of the highest in the entertainment industry, which is the Kardashians, and you still not making any long term money, you still not making any long term investments, and your career still not go anywhere. So I feel like Tiger, even though he did China the way he did, I felt like he got what was coming to him anyway, because he really didn't gain anything but 15 minutes of fame from dating Kylie Jenner. Anyways, and now China in the interview with Wendy Williams, she did say Rob was the one hitting her up and was the one that was interested. And I do remember he said something about how when China would be over at the house, he liked her, but he didn't really want to say anything because she was with Tiger at the moment. So I do feel like Rob and China, they did really authentically like each other. But China made it seem like in the interview that the Kardashians may have been setting her up because of the whole Tiger Kylie thing. China, you still had a choice. So you could have chose to be with him or not. And if you knew that it wasn't going to look right that your baby daddy is dating this guy who's interested in you, sister, which means if y'all get married and have kids, y'all will not only make money, but it would be this big celebrity scandal. So I did see China did see that she would get a part in getting revenge on Tiger and Kylie, but also making some money by being associated with the Kardashians. So that's what I believe about that. And then when you get further along into the interview with Wendy, Wendy was asking her, how long was it until y'all had sex, who was a bad lover, whatever. I could really care less about all the information, but I just feel like with China and Rob, China couldn't deal with Rob because of his eating habits and his attitude and his depression. China seems like, even though she was a scam artist at the time, and let's just be real, China was a finesser of 2016, and she posted stuff on the internet like she waltzed around with Amber Rose and her management team and her little entourage like she had it made. So yeah, China knew what she was doing. She was a finesser back then. But I felt like since Rob had that big heart and he was this comfy, feely, touchy type of person, China couldn't mix with that. I mean, sex may have been good, and yeah, they had a pretty baby and everything like that, but I just don't think that they were, that compatible because she was this go getter. I gotta get this, I gotta get that, and Rob was just this cuddly little teddy bear that needed all this attention and raising or whatever. And when you're dealing with somebody that's depressed like that, where they eat and eat, won't get up, won't do nothing, this, that, and the third, it's hard. Like people in that scenario, it's good for them to have support, but eventually they have to pull themselves out of it. And not only that, but I mean, China made it seem like the Kardashians was cool with her being with Rob. Good and well, them girls was not cool with being with Rob. How a girl that they stole a man from was coming back doing the same thing to them. So China may have been like, oh, it was cool. We put our differences aside, blah, blah, blah. She's just saying that for the cameras and for legal purposes because a lot of people who keep up with Blac Chyna or with urban news, Blac Chyna's in kind of like a black hole or a big financial hole at the moment because it's already been reported that she owes money to a landlord for a penthouse or a condo that she was renting and she didn't pay the rent on it. Then they said her lash bar salon in Encino, California, the taxes weren't paid off on it. And then what else was the previous news? Then she lied about being accepted into Harvard Business School or whatever. And I feel like Blac Chyna is just trying to put on this new girl, or I'm good now, I'm this angel who was arisen from the dust and the dawn, whatever. I feel like she's doing this as a career move instead of a personal move because she knows that she was once up here and she slowly dug herself down to there. Because if China would have stayed with Rob, even through all of his mess, she really would have been the Black Kardashian. She would have, but she blew it being shisty and vindictive and sneaky and whatever. And plus, we know when they had that big breakup back in December 2016, might I add, because that was my birthday, the text messages came out of her talking junk about him. She cleaned out the whole house, took the baby, took the snacks, and all that other stuff, and it was just a big mess. And then we saw how, it came out she was cheating on him, like doing drugs, and there was just a lot that went on. And plus, Kylie, I think, had sued China for trashing that penthouse because the house they was in around that time they broke up was a penthouse or a condo that they was renting from Kylie. So, and even like Blac Chyna even tried to sue them, I think as of last year, for her show not popping off with Rob like she wanted it to. She blamed them for being the reason why her show didn't get put back on for a season two. I mean, China has really been through it these past 2 years after the whole fiasco with Rob. And I believe, and I know a lot of y'all may not be spiritual or believe in God, but I believe that God will only let you do so much dirt before he gonna get something to get you. And I think that's what China is realizing, because China has like taken herself through it, and we've seen that. And plus, she made it seem like on the Wendy Williams show that Paige, we all know who Paige was, a nail tech, or her friend that was there with her taking pictures and all that stuff. Like, she was just her nail tech, wasn't her friend. And then that other person who she said did her hair was no longer her hairstylist. And I'm like, China, on the show, you made it seem like you had this nanny and the crew and the makeup artist and the stylist and the publicist that was always putting you on. And it's like now you don't even know these people. And I believe that China didn't just get rid of these folks because they were bad for her. Because I don't think Paige was really all that bad. To me, Paige was the one that was talking the most sense to her out of all her other friends and people she had around her. I think that Blac Chyna kind of cleaned house with a lot of those folks because they was telling her stuff she needed to hear and she didn't want to listen. And a lot of times when you're in that world like that and you just get so caught up, you start shooting people down that you really need to be pulling up with you. And then when the Williams started digging deep into her sexuality and her background, she asked her, was she sexually fluid? She said no. We all know that's a lie because Rob outed her around that time saying she got paid money to have a threesome with T.I. and Tiny. And I mean, we've seen pictures of her being in bed with women and stuff like that. So I just felt like China just did a clean interview to try to clean herself up. And yeah, people can clean themselves up and become a new person and change, but China is not being honest, about this whole reality TV show and whatnot. And she even laughed. She says, we're not really counting episodes of this Zeus, docuseries that she just got with Zeus. I want to stay on forever and ever. Yeah, because she wants to make that money, because even though China is appearing as this new person, and the thing is that Wendy said, I'm gonna call you Angela because you look like you're a woman that's on the move and making changes. Blac Chyna looked like the original Blac Chyna that we all knew, that was at the strip club with the China bang and the bone straight hair with the vein nails and the dimples and the hooded eyes where you can only see her eyes and the lashes and the plump lips. So Blac Chyna, she looked like the Blac Chyna we all remember her as. So I don't think anything has really changed, and I just feel like Blac Chyna is keeping it classy because she knows the legal ties that she's in with the Kardashians and with everybody else. But she knows she has a lot of dues to pay too. Because I feel like all the dirt she's kind of riled up over the years and in the past is really starting to rain down on her. Because when you look at her Instagram page, you hardly see any promo ads like she used to do. And then they had a report where she was losing money because she wasn't associated with Kardashians anymore. And then, she was dating all these random men and rappers, and I was in the news and stuff. And I can only judge China from the surface because I'm going to be honest, I really don't want to know the real ins and outs of Blac Chyna, because people like that, I feel like they're so lethal, it would even be dangerous for you to look inside of everything that they do. So, with that being said, I just feel like China is on this path of being a new and improved person, camera wise, but I feel like underneath there's still some hidden motives under that. But I will be watching the show because I am interested in seeing, how she's going to play this off and how different it is going to be from Rob and Chyna. Because I can say Rob and Chyna was a disaster. They fought all the time. They could never get along. She was always kicking Rob out the house. There was just always some type of friction going on with them. And it was start playing out on the internet, and it was just too many different things, and then they wasn't getting along behind closed doors. They wanted to make it not look like. So I will be watching Zeus, and not only for the Blac Chyna docuseries, but Zeus seems like an interesting network to me because I'm noticing a lot of the Instagram comedians and socialites have shows on there. So I think now that's going to be my new TV because I don't watch TV anymore. The only thing I watch on TV is mainly the news and sermons. But other than that, I don't watch TV. There isn't anything good on TV anymore. They hardly play any good TV shows, and it's just not what I'm interested in. So I hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like and leave a comment in the comment section, and have a good day.